So, you ever think about what happens when a train gets sick? I mean, they're massive machines. Well, they don't just stop. They go to a special kind of hospital. And today, we're getting a rare look inside one of these hospitals for trains, the Erode Loco Shed. This place is, no joke, one of the critical hubs that keeps India's entire rail network alive.
Right, so think of this place as the ER for locomotives. This is where these absolute giants roll in when they need intensive care. For the engineers here, every single locomotive is a patient, and the mission is always the same: find out what's wrong, fix it, and get it back out on the tracks as fast as humanly possible.
So, how does a multi-ton locomotive call home for help? You're probably picturing some high-tech, complex digital alert, right? Well, a lot of the time, this massive industrial operation kicks off with something way more human. It often starts with just a single message from a driver, a call for help that can be as simple as a handwritten note passed down the line.
And here is our patient for today, locomotive number 22023. This is the actual report. See, it's not some sterile error code from a computer. It's a human observation made under pressure. Abnormal sound, checked and found smoke. That's it. That's the first clue. And just like that, a high-stakes technical mystery begins.
Okay, so once the patient actually arrives at the shed, the engineers, well, they become detectives. Their job is to decode the damage. They take that first clue from the driver and start a deep dive to figure out exactly what's wrong. This is the crucial diagnostic phase, and trust me, every little detail matters.
Now, this is what I find so fascinating. The whole diagnostic process is this amazing blend of old school and new tech. On one side, you have these meticulous, handwritten logbooks that go back for years, detailing every little thing about a locomotive's history. And on the other, you have real-time digital alerts from modern sensors. To get the full picture, engineers have to live in both worlds.
And all that detective work results in this. This is the game plan. It's not just a vague note saying, fix the loco. No way. It's a precise, actionable checklist. For instance, the M2 section needs to measure the panto height. That's the arm connecting to the power line. The E4A section has to replace a specific diode if it's over 6 years old. Each task is broken down and assigned to a specialist team.
So, the diagnosis is done, the action plan is set, now we head out to the workshop floor. This is where that checklist becomes a symphony of repair. It's a place where dozens of hands and minds work together in this highly coordinated effort to bring this massive machine back to life. If we're sticking with our hospital analogy, the pneumatic system is basically the locomotive's lungs. It uses air pressure to power critical things like the brakes, kind of important. Even the tiniest leak here could be a disaster, so every single valve and pipe is meticulously checked for the slightest sign of wear and tear.
And this is the locomotive's nervous system. It's a massively complex grid of high-voltage components. This isn't just about turning a wrench. This kind of work demands incredible precision and focus from highly skilled technicians. One wrong move in here could be catastrophic.
But, it's not all about the big, complex systems. Just look at the detail here. They go from the giant engines all the way down to the last nut and bolt. Everything is checked, tightened, and secured. It's a powerful reminder that safety isn't some big abstract idea. It's the sum of 1,000 tiny details done perfectly.
Now, while all this incredibly detailed work is happening on our one locomotive, it's really important to remember that its repair is just one tiny piece of a much, much larger puzzle. So let's zoom out a bit and see how the shed orchestrates the entire fleet, a logistical challenge that truly never stops.
And this document right here is the nerve center of the whole operation. It looks complex because it is complex. We're not talking about just one patient anymore. This is about managing the entire hospital. Managers use these master schedules to orchestrate the flow of dozens of locomotives, balancing all the scheduled maintenance with emergency repairs like the one we've been following.
And in this world, performance is everything. This chart tells you the whole story. The shed's target, that's the electric loco shed, Erode, was to have 104 locomotives ready for service. And their actual number? 109. They're not just meeting their target, they're exceeding it. This is a real, tangible measure of just how efficient they are and how critical they are to keeping the country moving.
So, after the detailed diagnosis, the symphony of repair, and the countless checks and rechecks, we get to the final, crucial step. It's time for our locomotive to be discharged, to get its final clearance and prove it's ready for the rails once more.
And here it is, the all clear, for locomotive number 2223.
This simple message means its hospital stay is over. The patient has been discharged, ready to get back into the fleet and get back to the immense job of pulling thousands of tons and thousands of people across the country.
You know, this whole cycle, from a driver's handwritten note to a massive industrial repair and all the way back to the main line, that happens every single day. It's a relentless, complex, and absolutely vital process. So the next time you see a train thunder past, remember the hidden hospital and the army of engineers working around the clock. And it leaves you with a pretty big question, doesn't it? What does it truly take to keep an entire nation on the move?